This is Skills Homework 11 and we'll try and lead you through these calculations. So, where's my pen? Here we go. Question 1. Give 3 point lots of sixes to 2 decimal places. So, question 1 and 3.6666 and so on. Well, 2 decimal places would be that much, but this number, do we need to round it up or do we need to round it down? Well, the next number is a 6, so it's greater than 5. So if it's greater than 5 or above, then we have to round it up. So our answer is 3.67. We're not just going to put a 6 there and recurring dot. 3.67 is our answer there. Question 2. 53 point lots of 3s to 1 decimal place. So this is the same thing. So 53.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So 1 decimal place. So 53 point, that's what we want. And we go, do we round up or round down this 3? Well, it's only 3 after it, so that's less than 5, so we're going to round downwards. So we've got 53.3. That's our answer. Question 3. Divide 74 by 3. So 74 divided by 3 equals 74 divided by 3 is 24 and lots of 6s. 24.6666 and so on. Give your answer to 1 decimal place. So we're doing the same thing as we did at the start. So 24.6, and then do we keep it at 6 or do we round it up to 7? Well, the next one's above 5, so we're going to round that up. So we're going to go 24.7. Question 4. Multiply 32 times by 0.7. Give your answer to 2 decimal places. 32 times by 0.7 equals, so that equals 22.4, and it wants it to 2 decimal place. 2 decimal places. Oh, hang on. 22 point. We haven't got a 0 after that, or whatever it is. But it's going to be 0. If we've got a 4 there and there's nothing after it, and it wants it to so many decimal places, we're going to put zeros. So 22.40. And that's a common mistake in tables when you're supposed to have everything to the same level of precision. Quite often you'll miss the zeros off and lose a mark. But there it is. Question 5. Multiply pi or use 3.14 by 4 and so on. On my Noddy calculator here, it doesn't even have pi on it. So I'm going to do what the question says and use 3.14. So 3.14 times by 4. So 3.14 times by 4 equals 12.56. 12.56. And then it says give your answer to 3 decimal places. So we're going to do the same thing here. 12.560, and that's going to be our answer. Question 6. Calculate percentages. So we should know from our GCSE about percentages of black-tailed godwits that have a summer plumage, given that 288 of these birds have their summer colours out of a population of 720. So we've got 288 of them out of 720 of them, and that is a percentage. We're going to times that by 100. 288 divided by 720 times by 100 is 40. So that's our percentage there. Question 7. A gardener plants 730 pea seeds, useful for genetics. 78% of them germinate. How many germinate? Give your answers to the nearest whole seed. It's a whole seed, whole number, so we're not going to have any decimals here. We're going to have to round. So we want 78% of 730. So 78% is 78 divided by 100 times by our number of seeds. Okay, 78 divided by 100 times by 730. That gives us 569.4. Round to the nearest seed. So do we go up or down with that one? It's less than 5, so we're going to go down. So we're going to go 569 as our answer there. So 569 seeds. Question 8. A dog breeder has 210 puppies. That's a lot of dog food. 210 puppies. 51 of them are underage for sale. What percentage can he sell? Give your answer to one decimal place. So 51 of them can't. So the rest of them he can sell. So how many can we sell? Well, there's a total. 210 minus the ones he can't sell. Minus 51 is 159. So we can sell 159. And we need, what percentage is that? Well, it's 159 of our original 210, and it's a percentage, so we're going to go times by 100. So 159 divided by 210 times by 100 equals 75.71428, and one decimal place. So one decimal place is that 7, and it's a 1 after it, so we're going to keep the 7 as it is. So 75.7, and that's a percentage. 9. A farmer applies 76 kilograms of fertilizer to his field. 32 kilograms dissolve in rainwater, oh dear, and washed into the local river, oh dear. Eutrophication problems, here we come. What percentage has he lost? So it's our 32% is lost, and we're doing it to one decimal place. Okay, so we've lost 32 out of 76 kilograms, and we're doing that as a percentage. 32 divided by 76 times by 100, that's our percentage, and one decimal place, so 42.10526, but that's a ridiculously long number. One decimal place, there's our 0.1. We're going to round that up, or are we going to keep it the same? We're going to keep it the same because it's a 0 after that, so 42.1%. And question 10. A male chimpanzee produces 780 million sperm every day. Only 33% of these are viable. And okay, so we just how many viable sperm? So it's just another percentage calculation here. So 33% is 33 divided by 100 times by, and I think this is just, if we write it like that, or even put the commas in it, it kind of helps. So it's just another percentage calculation, and this calculator doesn't actually accept a number that long. 980 000 00, oh, it won't even accept a number that long. You need a better calculator. But the number is 323 400 000 viable sperm. So that number is 323, and that is how many millions we've got. So it's 323,400,000. That's how we'd say that number. And question 11. In an osmosis experiment, a student is measuring the change in mass of potatoes. So you've done this. You might have done length. Complete the table. Aha. So you think you're just doing the numbers here, but actually, sneakily, we have missed a unit off. So final mass is going to be grams again. The change in mass, well, a change in mass is still a mass, that's grams. And percentage change in mass, oh no, we don't have to write a unit in there because it's just a percentage. And so we need a change here, and what we're trying to do is get you to do percentage changes eventually, which, so percentage change is change divided by the initial times by 100. And if we could get students to do that consistently in exams, just use this, then we would get loads more marks as a whole. So that's why we've broken this down to do the change first. So the change, you could do some of these in your head, but I'll do them on the calculator. So 3.20 minus 3.14, that's 0.06. 2.90 minus 2.85 equals 0.05. 2.84 minus 3.10 is, oh, minus number. Well, it is a minus number because it's got smaller. So that figures. So minus 0.26. Technically, a change doesn't have to be a plus or a minus because a change is just a value. But I'm going to put minuses in just because, so that I know if I'm plotting a graph or anything, I know it's going to be a minus. So here we go, 2.28 minus 2.52. So minus 0.24 and 2.25, take away 2.74 minus 0.49. You can see I've sort of lined the decimal places up and the numbers to make it nice and tidy. The percentage change, it's our change divided by our initial. So on the top line, 0.06 divided by 3.14, then times by 100, and that's going to be 1.91. A few students who've done this have forgotten to times it by 100, or now they've written in percentages in these as well. Well, percentage is already in the header, so we don't want to put the units in the body of the table as well. Let's carry on. Next one, 0.05 divided by our initial 2.85, which is times by 100, which is 1.75. It doesn't actually tell us what decimal places we are putting these to. So what should we do? Well, a sensible sort of option is to follow the level of precision given in the rest of the table. So as these are mostly 2 decimal places, then that's the level of precision I'm gonna go with. You can't go too far wrong with copying the level of precision that's given in the question. And this next one, 0.26 divided by our initial 3.10, and that was times by 100, so 8 point, so it says 3870, so I'm going to round that. I'm going to do the same as 2 decimal places here, so 8.39, and that, remember, that's a minus. The minus is only disappeared because I've done some other calculations in between. And 0.24 divided by 2.52, and that's 9.52. And the last one, 0.49 divided by 2.74 times by 100. That's 17.88. We are not having to round that up, so minus 17.88. If you hadn't put any minuses in here, then you could also write, increase or decrease here. So these top two are increasing, the bottom three are decreasing. Or indeed a percentage change on its own, possibly even without the increase or decrease, might technically be right, but we think it'd be sensible for you to put them. And that's that math skills. Hopefully you practice lots of those to get those right in the exam.